gave him life. Yeah, there's a lot more people over there.
Did you come last time?
Yeah, that's good.
He offers as evidence different forms of hallucinations. He says that the disciples were schizophrenic and that they were hallucinating because of their delusions. That's one thing he says. He says sleep-related hallucinations. When you're going into sleep, sometimes your dream state starts and people hallucinate. It's called a hypnagogic hallucination. Wow, interesting word. And then, on the other side of sleep, there's another form of hallucination called hypnopompic. When you're coming out of sleep, you're kind of in that in-between realm, some people will hallucinate something. He's saying it could have been a sleep-related hallucination. Or, he says, well, it could have been a bereavement hallucination, where somebody has died and they're really missing that loved one. And then they start having an experience with the bereaved, or with the person that died. And then seizure-related. They had a seizure, an epileptic seizure, and then they hallucinated the risen Jesus Christ. So these are the things that he's saying. And he's saying it could have been one of these types. From your investigative experience now, what would he need to prove?
That they were sleeping at the time of the hallucinations.
Okay, that they were sleeping at the time of the hallucinations, right? That all of the disciples that experienced
Plus
the
the
risen...
500 other people who saw him.
Okay, all right, okay. Right, so that is kind of addressing the sleep-related hallucination theory. Al?
You know, that they all imagined the exactly same thing. I mean, they're all unique people, so they all have exactly the same hallucination.
Well, that's an assumption that one would have to come up with. They all hallucinated the exact same dream.
Right. No, you guys have hit on a very powerful objection to this, because the experts will tell you that not everybody will hallucinate the same thing at the same time. It's a personal experience. So good, Al. Yeah, you hit on something. You too, Bob. Good. Absolutely. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense that all the people hallucinated the same thing at the same time, right? Okay, anybody else?
They're schizophrenic.
Exactly, right?
Have fun with that one.
Yeah. I actually know one of my relatives had schizophrenia. And the truth is, like you just pointed out, is that a schizophrenic person, they're called a schizophrenic patient. And they need help to even do the basic essentials of life. So how could 11 people see Jesus Christ and have schizophrenia and then start a worldwide movement?
Well, if I'm, given to hallucinations, I would have other theories out there as well. You know, that a dog was flying and a man was resurrected, and I'd have lots of hallucinations rather than one consistent one.
Exactly right. Good. Good, Bob. So different types. If they were actually hallucinating, they would be hallucinating all sorts of different things, Bob said. Yeah, good observation. Anybody else? Yes?
What percentage of the population is schizophrenic, and how do we get that many to be in one location at one time?
Very good point. And I did some research on that. It's 1% of the population, because that was part of my, I tell you, I geeked out on it. I did a whole dissertation on this particular topic, this exact topic. And there's 1% of the population that is schizophrenic. So, wonderful question. How could you get so many schizophrenics together at the same time, right?
Convention going on?
In this room.
Yeah, she says they're all in here. Good one, good one. Yeah. So, you guys are hitting on it already. What about seizure-related hallucinations? Go ahead, Tom.
I don't know if that's quite what you're asking, but they all died for that. What do you think of that?
Okay, yeah, that's another form of evidence. Good. Good, they all died for it. We'll talk about that in a little bit, circumstantial evidence. Good, Tom. Yeah, and you know what I found out with my research when I was doing it? Is that every one of these forms of hallucination, people know that they are not real, other than the schizophrenic hallucination. And with the schizophrenic hallucination, what actually happens is somebody might be having it's mostly audio hallucinations that they have, voices. But then if they have a visual along with the audio, the visual is going to be something totally different than what they hear. So it makes it nearly impossible, even on that foundation. So other than the schizophrenic hallucination, nobody really thinks that they really believe what they saw is real, like the seizure-related, sleep-related, bereavement-related. Even though I will make a